So I'm going to be talking, apart from the dollar thing that our so-called Daddy Geo lied about, and the one that is talking about currency. Maybe Prime Minister Ayodele is a brisk person, somebody who is believing that Russia, China, North Korea, and every other person is going to come together to defeat the US dollar. So maybe it's the brisk. Maybe Prime Minister Ayodele's belief is that the brisk narrative resonates more with him. It resonated more with him, and he's tilting towards. Maybe that was why he came up to say blah blah blah. There's a dollar. Maybe he's believing, because that's just like probability, and they call it prophecy. At the end of the day, if the brisk power, the power shift to the brisk people, or to their BRICS formation, and they become powerful, and they have their own currency, and a lot of nations begin to do their economic, transact their business in that currency. Prime Minister Ayodele will still come out to say, "Shebi, I said it so time." He's a liar. All of them are liar. And that's why you see all sort of things about priests. I even heard this morning from Sean when he was saying that over $9 billion, $9 billion was used to compensate, Catholic paid that to compensate the people that were victims of rape or whatever in the Catholic setting. Most of which are young boys, altar boys or whatever, that are being raped by the priests who claim to be celibate, who claim to have been abstaining from intimacy or whatever. It's just, see, everything religion is a hoax. Ironlanla. The biggest lie of the century, the biggest lie in existence is religion. So, like I was saying, the whole thing is like, okay, let me give you this. Catholic priest dies in hotel after night with pretty girlfriend. He was such a good preacher. If you read the story, you can mute this video here in order just to read the story I'm going to be putting beside it. What is a Catholic priest doing with a girl in a hotel? Number one, you being a godly person, what are you doing in a place that you have claimed that it is the house of devil? You say you are worshiping a God that is light, devil is darkness. And you are in a house that belongs to devil with a girl doing things that your so-called doctrine is against. So it's one thing for people to say something, is another thing. I would have loved to probably read this story, but I don't want to. See, another one is this. This is another one. My pastor slept with my wife while I was asleep. He claimed that his pastor slept with his wife while he was asleep. Our morning woke him up. Man cries out. There are many things that you will expect that a so-called person, a so-called man of God should not do, and they are doing it. And if any member of their congregation is caught doing the same thing, that is when they begin to use it to preach on the podium. So everything everybody preaches against you, be sure they are doing it. Be sure they are doing it. Because we don't even know where if you read the Bible very well, the law of Moses, which is called the Torah, was recorded in 5 books. The book of Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Number, and it ends in Deuteronomy. And in the book of Leviticus chapter 19, verse 27, you will see it clearly written there that you should not shave the beard, clip the hair on your beard. And 28 says you should not draw any tattoo or make any incision or any cutting on the flesh. So a pastor can stay on the podium now, will be abusing people who use tattoo, and he has forgotten that he has also breached the law in Leviticus 19:27. He's condemning the one who breached the law in 28, and he has breached the law in 27. And if you go to the book of Galatians chapter 3, verse 10, Galatians chapter 5, verse 1 to 4, all these Bible verses indicate that there is no way you will miss one of the law. If you miss one of the law in the old 613 law, 613 of them, it was 612, but another one was added to make it 613. Let's not even go to the detail of the law, but you can Google this, you can do your own research. If you miss it, out of the laws was where the 10 Commandments, which is the core law, was brought out. So if you ask any Christian now, how many laws do we have? They say 10 Commandments. Ignorant. They don't even have the knowledge that there are many other laws apart from the 10 Commandments. Let's not go into that. They don't know nothing. They know nada. So that's why if you don't know something, someone will claim to you that he knows more than you, will feed you with whatever thing he wants to feed you with. And it will be at your own detriment, just to glorify himself, satisfy himself, or to probably make him richer. So whichever way you want to see it, you are like a pulpet being dangled by a puppeteer. So most of your pastors are puppeteers, while you are the pulpet. You are being dangling around to their own satisfaction, at your own detriment. A pastor will tell you to put your trust in God, that Jesus is the one that can save you. It happens in our world recently, last year or last 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. Bandits went to a church, spray every one of them with bullets. They died. Where was Jesus when they were being killed? When were they being shot? The name Jesus doesn't exist. It was a formulation, transliteration, to error in translation and everything. It was the same thing Sheon Kuti did this morning. I respect Sheon because he's a man of his own, but still yet, no man has full knowledge of everything. When Sheon was describing the Bible this morning, he said he doesn't go to church anymore, that his four family are the one who formulates the Anglican. They are the pioneers of Anglican church. But he made a big error. He made a big error. He was describing what Christ said in the book of Matthew by saying that it's easier for a camel to enter into the hole of a needle than for a rich man to gain the kingdom of God. That why are they now looking for riches? He doesn't understand the package. The passage. He doesn't understand the passage. He doesn't even understand what he was talking about. He's translating it literally. But if you want to know he made an error, just go to Google, go and type the eye of a needle in Israel. You will see what the eye of a needle is. I remember when a Catholic man explained it to me, I was shocked that I was also relishing in ignorance. Ignorance is sweet, Abi. It was a relish to me. Then I know the Bible, I know the Bible. God said, Christ said, you cannot, it's easier for a camel to. That question was always pondering in my head. Until I now asked a Catholic man, now explain it, because Catholic people even have a better explanation, a broader explanation of religious setting or religious teaching, even more than any Pentecostal pastors. I'm not a Catholic person, but I've been to Catholic before anyway, in the past. And Catholic have been of help to me. They are the one who started all this shenanigans, all this rubbish. But that rubbish was still at the minimal stage there. The one the Pentecostal are doing now, oh God, the upgraded ignorance, the upgraded stupidity, advanced madness. That's what the Pentecostal are doing now. But naturally, the eye of a needle wasn't the actual needle that they use in sewing cloth. It is a door. They have two doors in Israel then. Because if you watch Troy, you will see that each community used to have this big, large fence that fenced them around, that guide them against the people outside so that it can prevent and shield them from war. So there's always a big gate that people pass through, to and fro. But there's a smaller gate, it's like a door size like this, in beside the big one. The big one, they have a time they lock the big one. So whenever they lock the big one, every other person that comes back from their businesses late, that wants to enter into the community, will have to pass through that small door. That small door is what they call the eye of the needle. So most people used to force their camel. That door wasn't convenient for camels to pass through. So they used to force the camel to pass through. And that was what Christ was talking about. So time and event and the culture can alter the way you view things. When Christ was talking about the eye of a needle, he was talking about the eye of a needle that the people of his era understood as the eye of a needle. But what we at this era understood as needle is just the pin that we use in sewing cloth. So if you go to Google, just type eye of the needle in Israel, you will see the doors. They will even show the picture. Just click image. You will see pictures of camel trying to pass through the eye of the needle. So when Sheon was saying Christ was talking, he was talking confident. He doesn't even know that what he was saying was gibberish. And a lot of people will follow him And obviously everybody just follow everybody. Now, before I know it, me too, I will have followers. But I will always urge my followers, put everything I'm saying to test. Anywhere I commit error, bring it to my phone. Let us discuss it. I am not an island of knowledge. I'm not. It's though some people, for example, like my wife now used to believe that I'm a pantomime person. Somebody who know it all. I don't know anything all. I'm more of a polymath. I know a lot of things, but I'm still learning on a daily basis. I will even tell you that learning about the eye of a needle is not even up to 2 years. That I had to ask a Catholic man who explained that the eye of a needle wasn't actually a needle. It's the door. But the door is small, so the camel will still pass through it. But for which means that it doesn't mean that Christ was saying that a rich man cannot enter the kingdom of God. He just said it's going to be difficult. Because if you look at the eye of a needle that is so small, it's not possible. That one is impossible. For even my smallest fingernail cannot pass through that needle. Not to talk of my whole one and not to talk of a whole body. Not to talk of camel that is like times 4, times 5 of my size. Passing that eye, that means it's impossible. That wasn't what Christ was saying. I just have to put that out for knowledge purposes. So, and it's to illustrate to you that even the people who claim to come out to be telling you the truth, there are so many misconstrued information they put out there, misinformation they put out there that are not quite right. I've seen a lot of YouTubers online. Some people will come and just be authoritatively talking about something they clearly know nothing about. Most of them come with half-baked truth, half-facts, lies mixed up with facts that they have considered as truth. It's all lies. And there are two types of lies, the one that you are telling consciously and the one that you are not even conscious of. Many people who claim to be righteous are telling something that they themselves have not really researched or truly researched to understand that, oh, I have full knowledge of what I'm talking about. And we have some people who know that what they are saying is a lie. But they have to tell you that lie so that you can drop money from your pocket. So, well, that is on you. Another one that I found on Quora is this. Somebody asked, why does God allow people to suffer if He's all loving? Then a person called Ima Zonived called himself he said he's skeptical about any God or gods. He responds to the question of why God allow people to suffer if He's all loving. Then he replied by saying that the age-old problem of evil. Either A, no gods exist. B, they were unable to stop suffering. C, they were unwilling to do so. He now said, or as Epicurus is reported to have said, I think there's a man in the past named Epicurus, is reported to have said, is God willing to prevent evil but not able? Then He is not omnipotent. Is He able but not willing? Then He is malevolent. Is He both able and willing? Then whence cometh evil? So if God is able to stop evil and willing to stop evil, why is there evil in the world? That's the question. So if you are not brilliant or knowledgeable or intelligent, you can't understand this. But I will urge you, if you get to anything I'm posting beside my video and you don't understand, pay attention to it, pause the video, read and read again. He said, is He both able and willing? Then whence cometh evil? Which means if God is able to stop bad things, evil things, and He's also willing to stop it, then how come evil exists in this world? Is He neither able nor willing? Which means if He is neither able or willing, then why call Him God? So these are people who are intelligent, who question the norms. Why call somebody God when He is not able or willing to do something?